Hello, we are Team Canaveral, and this semester we have been working with the Space Force out of Cape Canaveral, Florida. We have been tasked with solving the 5th Space Launch Squadron's issue regarding the presence of a flight mission lead, also known as an FML, being on all national security payload transports across the base. They have tasked us with finding a way to remove the FML while maintaining mission assurance of the payload, as well as potentially providing a level of live asset tracking that they currently lack. For clarification, mission assurance within the 5th Space Launch Squadron includes the identifying, tracking, and assessing risk of system deficiencies within payloads and packages during payload processing activities while on base. Our mission statement remained fluid throughout most of the semester until we completely understood and grasped the problem and how each of our potential solutions would affect all the involved parties in both a positive and negative way. Our hypotheses started off very creatively, to say the least, varying from ideas such as implementing a periscope video camera covered by a copper box, simply placing a bed in the back of a van to circumnavigate the need for crew rest, and more grounded ideas such as utilizing a live video feed to provide information to those in charge. Although these ideas seem silly, they were instrumental in both the understanding of the problem and they were effective in providing us good direction to focus our research and attention.
Eventually, we were able to talk to our point of contact's counterpart at the Vandenberg Space Force Base in California to learn how they solved this issue. They stated that they solved it by contracting out transport duties to a security company. However, after discussing these changes with both our point of contact and the lieutenant colonels at Cape Canaveral, we learned that this solution would not be viable at the Cape due to the increased launch cadence compared to that of Vandenberg. After several more weeks of researching hypotheses, we settled on simply replacing the FML, which is normally an officer, with either a mission assurance technician, also known as an MAT, or the space responsible engineer, both of which are highly skilled enlisted personnel that are already aware of the FML responsibilities. However, we soon learned that the responsible engineer's role was not as similar to the FML as we had previously thought. The MAT would be the only viable option for taking on the FML role while on the payload, as well as ensuring the FML maintains their role outside of the transport and remaining on call unless their presence would be explicitly requested.
After discussing these changes with the lieutenant colonels, we learned that they would be more comfortable if we incorporated live asset tracking through a GPS service in order to provide an extra level of redundancy when it comes to being aware of the transport's movement and locations. With this in mind, we began to expand our search and look for possible solutions with third-party companies that specialize in GPS tracking, of which we settled on a company called Voss Systems, specifically on one of their products called the Scout software. Voss Systems already has contracts within the Department of Defense. On top of this, the Scout device is more cost-effective than similar devices that provide the same benefits. The Scout tracking service uses 5G cellular frequencies that are benign to many of the payloads on base to deliver precise movement updates, temperature readings, and other technical information. When posing this system to a radio frequency expert on base, we learned that this type of device would be viable for the intended uses. This research led us to finalize our MVP into being a culmination of both mission assurance technicians taking over the role of flight mission lead and providing the Space Force with the option of using GPS tracking services provided by Voss Systems to deliver the desired live asset tracking.